There we go. Hello, YouTube. We're playing more Paranormasight. We're gonna get more scared. Just from the intro with this fucking scary music. Whatever. Okay. Let's get started. I need to get my controller. Okay. Work, please. Cool. Okay, let's get started. Oh, yeah. So, last time, we made it to the end of this timeline, where I guess we saw Okie die from collecting the 100%. And now we have to go back and try to save Yoko? I don't know how, but I guess we'll figure it out. Oh, I never put out the post. Oops! Oopsies! There we go. So my mic is falling already. This is great. Great start. Hold on, let me fix my mic. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's get to it. Summary of previous events. Shogo Okie is with Yoko Fukunaga at Kinshibori Park, searching for one of the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. His interest in the occult starts to grow as he learns more about it from Yoko. I guess resume? I actually don't know what to... Resume? I don't know. Oh, God. I don't know. Hold on. Can I read something? Yeah, I see. Hold on. Killed with this, what? Right, that's... We were asked how many people we killed. I'm trying to find... Because the storyteller brings it up. Right, this... Yeah, this is where Okie dies. Shogo dies. Miranio bit is at the story chart. Yeah, this is the thing. What trigger did Yoko Fukunaga set off that led to her dying the way she did? That is a good question. What could she have triggered? Is what I'm trying to think of. I think something's happening to Yoko is what we do. Oh, there we go. What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. Right, and now she's pointing. Cause like the only thing I can think of is it's the secretary dude. Cause what do we know what time is it? It's past midnight, I think. Huh. Yoko, are you okay? Yeah, and she's... Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No. Huh. Yeah, last time when we turned around, she died. Something's got Yoko really rattled. Huh. I'm trying to think of like what could be causing it. I personally think we, the viewer, have a curse reversing curse that kills someone when they try to use their curse on someone else. That's a lot. That would be a lot. Cause like At this point, as Okie, we don't have a cursed stone on us. It's Yoko who has it. But she also isn't... I don't think she's trying to kill us, unless she is and I'm wrong. Because it's not like she's telling us to walk away. We're just turning around, which is different. Unless it's just showing our back. Interesting. Unless it's... No, because we know that the secretary didn't have a curse. She's losing it. Yoko, Yoko! Keep yelling her name. Huh? What? Is calling her name really gonna help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Yoko, hang in there. Yoko, look at me. You're gonna be okay. It's all right. There's nothing there. Yoko! Okay, so that is what happened. Okay. All right, let's go to part 3. Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies unmoving on the ground. Will his pleas get through to her? Jesus. All right, let's get through it. 1 a.m. Shogo Okie. Kinshibori Park. Huh? Oh, good, you're awake. What? Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused, I thought you'd really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right, that might have been it. My humors were off balance. What, back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. Okay. Smile and stare. I'm glad you're back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow. What? You're backing out? Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on, I just started feeling back to normal too. Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So, to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Interesting. Let me do something, because I don't think we ever... I don't need to change that. Well, yeah, we never put the voice volume back, so I'll do that real quick. Yeah, 6 is fine. Is it good? Okay, we're good. Okay. So now we're gonna go to Kinshibori Park, part 4. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation into the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue the search on his own. Oh god. This music. In further news. Oh. Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in Sumida City. In Sumida City Park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area at around the same time. Right. Jesus. Okay, so we still don't know what caused that death then. We still don't know. We don't know. This music sounds strangely familiar. Is it a stock music? Oh, the waltzy one? It might be. I wouldn't be, I mean, there's music that sounds like it. I'm not sure if that one specifically. Oh, that was the prologue? Jesus, okay. Well done in your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Okie's story to a close. But this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Harue Shigima, a woman who lost her son when he was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division, who is looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to become her friend, who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the rite of resurrection. Following these three storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. Bye-bye. Oh boy. Alright. Who do we start with? Oh god, fucking Victor. Jesus. Oh, who do we start with? That is the question. I mean, we can just start from the top and just go down. That seems like the best way to do it. Okay. Let's get started. Let's go with Not Dreams. Okay. Harue Shigima. When the son of Harue Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Harue has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Great start. Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers. Kill them all. You've acquired the power of the cursed stone, the Haunting Clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire-starting device on their person. Press the use curse button to set your target alight. My god, alright, really cool start, great. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Okay! If you say so. 12 a.m. Shigima Mansion Reception Room. Oh my god, a mansion? Alright. How do I voice this guy? I think it was like high pitched, right? Back with me, ma'am. Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams? Housewife Harue Shigima. Person of interest updated. Yeah, we'll read this because I think we need to. Female, housewife, the Haunting Clappers. Harue is a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoko Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up, and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading the aggrieved Harue to call on the services of a private investigator, Richter Kai, to uncover the truth. The Shigima family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigima line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Harue's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigima clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, it wasn't long before Harue's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Harue a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Harue spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Harue's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Harue left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Harue has nothing but time on her hands. Jesus. Alright, that's a lot. No. Not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. No, I don't think so. There's something evil about you. Hanging scroll. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. Arrangement. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in to someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Whoa, they got the stereo system! A stereo unit with separated speakers designated for home use. My husband insisted on buying one even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Come on, what the fuck is that? What the fuck? Well, I'll be damned, is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or another. He put it up just before... Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it! It's Head Hencho from way back in set number 1! This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze! Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough they'd won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places. This is a good sign. I'm sure of it. Oh, well. That's... nice. Mockingbird! These popular bird mascot stickers seem to pop up everywhere. Nobody knows who the legendary artist is behind these quirky birds. But they quickly become popular. What? But they quickly became popular for the surreal yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo, and you might just be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it, collecting them all will bring good luck. Oh god. Approach the net, a bottom shelf, late at night, look up, among the more before bright if lottery, a detective, phone, more phones, more playgrounds and visiting. Oh lord. Ah, my nose. Rick's hyperfixation was activated. Yeah, exactly. Real. I'm talking about One Piece energy. It's really true. Yeah. I think we read this. This was about like the patrol kept hearing clappers, but there was nothing there. Yeah. Oh no, this is the resentful memory. Red, 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 everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot, so hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm gonna burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right, her. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. Feels like my head will split open. All right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Jesus. All right. Lord. Richter, do you want to go off about those birds again? Television. A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there is no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, I see. We have... Okay, gotcha. Back when it was new, we've all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Jeez. Fucking rotary phone. The telephone. This mansion has a private line. Ah, my nose. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I really find a use for it. What? Do we know what year it is? I don't... Did it ever say? Let me drink some water. Like, did it ever say what year it is? I'm guessing the 80s or 90s. I mean, that would make sense. $1990X. Oh, okay. $1990X. That makes sense. No, 1980s. All right. Well, regardless, 80s, 90s, probably 80s. I respect it. I think it did do like that 19 whatever X or whatever. I mean, it lines up with the I guess technology. All right, Richter. Time for you to. I guess we'll look at him. A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Oh, great. Do we finally get a page on him? Look for a car that usually helps. Yeah. Yeah, Richter Kai. Male private investigator, curse echo none. The eccentric man that Shogo Okie ran into at Honji Bridge. Richter is actually a private investigator with an office in Ota City, Tokyo. After taking on a request from Haruo Shigema to investigate the unsolved kidnapping and murder of her son, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite of resurrection. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help with all those in need, and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature led him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. Jeez. How he is still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective Jun Ario at the police academy. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds, inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine, in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. Alright, cool. Dude likes his birds. Good for him. Oh god, what else? Jesus fucking Christ. The Azure Heron Agency. Richter Kai's private investigation firm in Kamata, Ota City. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically, he decided to pick a name starting with A. That's smart, okay? Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistants have referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than an azure heron, Richter keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue, but mostly in white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made here, it has surely been lost on all but Richter himself. A private investigator, also known as a private eye, is a detective who, oh, really? This is what we're doing? Who operate their own agency. Although there are no formal qualifications necessary to become a private investigator, many are retired police agents or detectives, due to the similarities between the work involved. At a glance, private investigation firms and inquiry offices might look similar, but they carry out different types of investigations. Inquiry offices specialize in conducting credit checks on businesses, while private investigators are generally involved in tailing persons of interest and gaining information surreptitiously. Word. Alright, let's see what kind of... Oh, no, I guess I can think, too. My heart is still racing. This is it. My chance at long last. Alright, let's talk. Huh, my nose. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? Interesting. Very interesting. So the haunting Clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. Oh, Jesus! I saw that cursed stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. I can't believe he accepted that so quick. Dude was like, yeah, this makes sense. Tell the stranger about the murder powers, yeah. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched into my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. So I can feel it. What it was like. Oh, Jesus. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do. Just as long as they're carrying fire. Jeez. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. Jesus. Alright. Let me think. No, it's the same thing, okay. Okay. Alright, not much to think about, I guess. Not much has changed, my bad. About the investigation. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigima. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, but no, hold on. Wrong character. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember you were just about to tell me. Oh shit, we got an update! Oh god. Let's give it up for exposition, baby. Here we go. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida, around 1 year ago. Haruhi Shigima's son, Shuichi, age 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school, with a ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigima family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Rue reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern of her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police force in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to police's incompetence, but it was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. Wow. Wow. Jesus. Okay. Oh, person of interest, who? Oh, yeah, the child. Elementary school student, male. The only son of Haruhi Shigama. He was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Shuida Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother, Harue, amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. Yeah, no, if he was born in the 70s and he was 11, it's probably early 80s. Okay. What else you got for me? Oh, Jesus. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision. Alright. Oh, I need to do the other stuff. Okay. About the kidnapping. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River, here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from, but it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's like that he was abducted by car on his route home. Maybe, but... Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at some other time, or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of these seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must have gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? Visual novel curse, all of the notes that the writer made for books as manga that should live in a filing cabinet of the game. Funny enough, there's going to be a sequel to this game this year in the form of manga. That's awesome. Alright, about the kidnapping. The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into the car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if there was somebody that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigema family has close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely that couldn't have... Well, there's one problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how many police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. Oh, Jesus. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gone into a car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman. But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have had an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Jesus. Alright, what other what other horrifying facts do you have for me? So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking you questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Oh shit! Flashback! Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Junoichi. Or Junochi. There we go, nailed it. Junochi. Got it. Well, Junochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course! What else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who is trying to kill you? A student called Michio Shiraishi. Or Shiraishi. Interesting. A schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you've spilled the beans. Yes, that's exactly it. I'm begging you, don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true, her house, it's... forget it, why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough, I'll find someone else to help me. Hey! And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought this mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then if we can just find that girl... Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Jonouchi. His full name's Kohei Jonouchi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School, here in Sumida. A teacher? Then this schoolgirl is one of his students. I think that's very likely. Oh my god, there's so much happening. There's so much happening. More about the kidnapping. At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Alright, let's, I guess about the, about the investigation. Nope, alright, same thing. Alright, now the rite of resurrection. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go. The rite of resurrection, huh? I read about it in a cult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the rite can be found somewhere in Hanjo. I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope. Real hope for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Oh, I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the rite. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, if the rite is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all? I thought, if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? That's a good question. That is a very good question. If it makes you uncomfortable, Then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. I'll pay you? That's a shame. Yeah, what if I pay you? How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am. Not everyone has a price. I've got my policies, and I stick to them. I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Ah, my nose. 1 second. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's cursed stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services, guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen cursed stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a cursed stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. My. Hold this lighter real quick. Yup. Alright, about my curse. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The haunting clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Hanjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here. I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Hanjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't need the warning, who don't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could and they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. Oh my god, I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. That's yeah, you're an odd one, ma'am. If you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just the curse. You flatterer. Oh my god. Oh my god. She is unwell. She is unwell. As for what we do next, first of all, I think we should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Jennifer already? Are we reading the same dialogue? that you flatterer line is immediate, like, oh, you are unwell. Okay. Right then. Have you decided what you want me working on? Oof. I assume this is gonna break us into two paths. Whether we wanted to help with the right or help with the investigate the kidnapping. Let me drink some water real quick. Hold on. Because if he helps us with the right, I assume that's the same timeline as when we run into Okie. Unless this is all just completely different, then that would be interesting. You know what? Help me with the right, and I assume we'll come back to this. Bringing my son back is more important. I want you to help me with the rite of resurrection. Roger that. The right it is. Odds are a good thing that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up, and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you. That's more than enough. Now then. The dude has the biggest belt in the world. What the fuck? I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. Alright. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can't help it, and try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. Oh god. Yeah, I assume this is this might be a break. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Timeline stuff is so weird. Timeline stuff is so weird. Summary of previous events. A nice thought. Despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers, Harui Shigima is determined to use the rite of resurrection by stealing the remaining cursed stones. She instructs her private investigator, Richter, to find the other curse bearers. You know, this is interesting, because the dialogue we're seeing with Richter, it's very much makes it seem like he doesn't want anyone to die, which that's fair. So I wonder if the scene we had with Okie, where we were in the garden, I wonder if it was just her urge to kill just overwhelmed her, and when we saw Richter, it was him trying to stop her. I don't know. It's interesting, unless his line of thinking changes later, but I don't know. Because we see him. We see Richter in his white hat. when we fucking went up in flames. So it's a very interesting thought. Oh, or a nice thought. Sorry, my bad. 1 a.m. Let's give it up for day 16. Mansion reception room. It's almost been an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait and wait. Oh, it's a newspaper. What's this? A newspaper? Must have fallen off the chair. I'll read it. Will this kill me? it's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, let's look at the society articles. It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. If I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. I remember how the... What? Yeah. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it'd make my eyes water. Ah, my nose. Eventually, people started getting sick and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. Alright, what else though? There's plenty of newspaper to read. Let's look at the economy. All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. It's about 220 to 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. The dollar's down from its height and people are saying it could fall further. There's no denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. Oh man. Could you imagine? Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. Now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about this sort of thing anymore. I love reading the newspaper. Everyone attends high school now. Even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into these universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It'll only remind me of him. Alright, one last one. What? Oh god, there's more to it! Oh jeez, I forgot about the check mark. Look at the television stuff. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that. Less fuss. Now the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. Look at all these paranormal specials. It's just a single picture of Ghostbuster. I don't think that movie would be out by now, but funny to think about it. I hear the new big thing is some mascot line of delinquent bird. Yeah, mockingbirds. I think it's called. Was that what Victor was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now. With how quickly the times are changing. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern worldviews. My generation will only fall further behind. You just gotta believe. You gotta get with the time. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. The city center is going to be nothing but apartments before long. Not exactly a businesswoman, so this all feels like another world to me. True. Alright, and then one last article, I assume. If there's one thing Hanjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. Jesus! They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. Oh, I wonder if that's the case that we'll eventually see with the other guy, one of the other main characters. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore. Not since last year. Brings back bad memories. Was that it? Was that all the newspaper? No, one more. Okay. Suicide? Oh, this is all the stuff, yeah. Suicide at local high school? Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure? What? But... no, this can't be right. Her name... oh, fuck. Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School? It can't be. Time to think. Michio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed suicide last week? But that means Mr. Jonochi was terrified of someone who already died. Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. I've made sure the receiver's on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls. Oh! That must be him. Yeah, I'll answer. Hello? 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 Shigima residence. Alright, 2 a.m. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny. I was just thinking the same thing. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. Oh, I love files! Let's see how long this one is. No, it's not that bad. Komagata Bridge, one of the bridges spanning the Sumida River, completed in 1927 as part of the reconstruction effort following the Great Kanto earthquake. It is notable both for its distinctive blue arches and the cutting-edge, for the time, techniques used in its construction. There are many bridges stretching across the Sumida River, each boasting a unique structural form and design. Bro, I'm scared. Oh, the river. The Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night, when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right. Should have guessed. This was where they found him, after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been. How cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So, the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then, the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki. And just like that, Hanjo was part of the city too. As it turned from farmland into town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were used for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it from leaking to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So if I have this right, are you saying that Hanjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now, right over the water, the border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. They might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. Oh boy. Let's give it up for Files. Oh my god. A Class A river that is part of the Arakawa River. The Arakawa River system, which runs through much of eastern Tokyo and empties into Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, Sumida's riverbanks played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it was also a place for the common folk to gather and enjoy activities such as seasonal flower viewing, or river bathing. And there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. I lost my spot. I lost where I was reading. Got it. The area became plagued with sewage issues when the surrounding environs were industrialized in the post-war period, but the situation has improved since. Many unique bridges span the Sumida River, including the Ryogoku and Azumabashi bridges, which attract a large number of visitors as sightseeing spots. Massive firework displays in the summer are also always sure to draw a crowd. The river has served as a cornerstone for both the city and its people, having both aided in its development and serving as an inspiring backdrop for countless works of art and literature. My nose! Ah! Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, I guess I have to look at it again? Because usually it gives me a check mark. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. Must have been about 20 years now when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy and it stank. You could look over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. What? It was almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar. And that they could tell it had been a murder from the black marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Najima murders? So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Why are we learning so much about murders? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's give it up for Lore Dubs! A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. Jeez. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it. Eventually, causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technology at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until I don't know how to say this word. Hitherto? Is it hitherto? 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 I don't know how to say that word. Hitherto unrelated individual came to its intention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nijima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released. To the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Najima testified that he had snatched his victims from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inward slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Fuck! Najima dismembered the rest of the body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River, before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Oh my god. Once apprehended, Najima readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears saying, "I don't know what came over me. I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse, although the efficiency of his methods strongly suggested that he had committed similar crimes in the past. No corroborating evidence ever came to light. Najima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. That's fucked! Jesus! Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Person of interest. Fumichika Najima, the man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal killings known as the Najima murders. Jeez. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. Sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right. Which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. Times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped up a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after, Fumichika Najima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it. Couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Najima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. Jeez. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Najima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Oh my god. This... I don't know if all of the storylines of the different characters are gonna be like this, but this one is fucking depressing. This one is depressing and fucking insane. Like the other ones are gonna be the same way because it all revolves around death. But man, this one already is like, because we're going from Okie and Yoko from like seeing that man kill a bunch of people. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh my god. My controller just unplugged. Hold on. I gotta replug it in. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's still more? Fuck. The Sumida River. I have nothing but awful memories of it. Okay, no, it's fine. Wow, we finally got the check mark, and we still gotta talk with this guy. He's gazing down at the water. You go. You go first. Please, go ahead. All right then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers, and I think I've found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran into in Kinshibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the question right back around on me. And I think he was out there the second he figured I wasn't... What? And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. He's not. At least from what we know. Unless he really has the made you look curse. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigasui Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the cursed stones in his hand. He had a nervous stare about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I'd bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. There was not a woman last time. At least I don't remember there being a woman last time. This time, the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around here often, looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea if you could make it work. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass, though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's gotta be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there are some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. You've found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's on the name, ma'am. Richter Kai P.I. No, wait. Make that Richter Kai, Investigator Extraordinaire. My, an Investigator Extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An Investigator Extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising. Am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. Alright, my turn. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi. The one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping. That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week. That was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. You finally get a lead, only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Janucci was so shaken up. He said he said she was gonna curse him. Was he talking about her Jesus. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? It seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. The teacher knows something. I'm sure of it. At the very least, I'd put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? Yeah, sure, I can guess. I can't say for certain, but... Okay. What he's hiding. Mr. Janucci. I guess silenced Michio? with... could be with murder. It could be with... well... well, what would make the most sense here, though? The thing that makes the most... it's something that he's hiding. The only thing that would make sense if Shiraishi was blackmailing Janoichi, which is why he couldn't say anything. But that wouldn't make any sense as to why Shiraishi's dead. If Janoichi is hiding anything, it's he has something to do with the kill, with the suicide. Yeah, he has something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. Michio Shiraishi silenced Mr. Janoichi with blackmail. Wait, why is Richter saying that? Oh no, I guess I said that and he's... okay. What if Michio Shiraishi silenced Mr. Janoichi with blackmail? What do you think? Interesting. That's what he claimed was going on, but I wonder about that. That might be a little far-fetched. I see, I'm sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective. Well, no point dwelling on speculation. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Janoichi. Are you sure? Is something wrong? Not really, it just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Najima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on patrol after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodations. Oh? Really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. Oh god. My. The way you put it, it's like you're saying Fumichika Najima could be out on patrol right now. Back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Najima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. Oh my god. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago, and when I saw someone. A janitor, I think, and I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Najima. Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Samita River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. Suspend? What? Oh, you cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return to the story chart. Okay. Interesting. Let me drink some water real quick. And check something. One second. Okay. Let me drink some water. Water! Okay. Let's go back to here. What's the difference? Because we could have asked him to focus on the investigation instead of the curse bearers. Conversation with Richter Kai. Okay, I know this. I already know this. Is there a fast forward button? That's the closest thing, I guess. I didn't realize my controller was vibrating. I just saw your comments, guy, on that criminal's name. Smooth. That's right, Harue. It's me. I've been hit by a smooth criminal. Bing, 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 bing. All right, I just need to. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get through all of this again. Oh lord. I want to see if the dialogue does change when I ask if he will focus on the investigation. Fuck. I know. No, I don't need to look at him. We know what he looks like. Come on! Come on! Come on! Is that it? Nope, still more. What's up? Yeah, one man thought he had. Oh god, get ready for the flashback. Here we go! Why can't I skip this? Please, 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 please. Yeah, and then we're talking to fucking Janochi. Or, yeah. You guys hear me mashing the B button? God, this is the last like 2. I was, yeah. The last fucking. There's been so much exposition the last like couple hours. Yeah, go run off. I just want to get to the question and see what he says. And see if that changes the timeline somehow. Are we good? Is that it? Fuck! Fuck! Oh, good? Oh my god. It's different. I can feel it. I know what they felt and all that. Yeah, okay with killing because any parent would be okay with it. I don't know. That's a shame, I guess. So stubborn. We can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, okay, we know this. Okay. About my curse. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Sounds sensible. Fuck. Okay. Aha. Last second. We could try it. No, I'm not a guinea pig. Okay. You flatterer. Yeah, we'll stay indoors. We can do that. Okay, now about the investigation. Okay. Have you decided what you want me to work on? Help investigate the kidnapping. Okay, finally. Finally. I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. Your wish is my command, ma'am. I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping. Although, something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sunrise. Okay, so it's the same thing. Alright, I see how it is. Well, I'd be happy to help. Odds are the other curse bearers are also working by night. And anyone they kill under the cover of doctors... Okay. Okay, it's the same thing. Let me go to the story chart. Yeah, that's fine. If I have to go back, that's whatever. Okay, so I think... Oh, right. If it's faded out, then it's completed. I forgot that was a mechanic. Well, I just wasted like 10 minutes doing that. So I guess we gotta go... We gotta do the other guys. Jesus. Alright. Let's start with Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Crime scene investigation. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident. The former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate, Jun Ario. Yeah, I could do that. You've been a smooth criminal. I don't know how I voiced this guy. I don't remember. I need to drink water real quick. Hold on. Don't forget to hydrate. If you aren't hydrating, then man, you're missing out. I'll just do my normal voice for this. Hey boss, forensic is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get so many visitors after everything. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you can call in spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Oh, hi, Sojiro, yeah. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. You've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Oh, here we go. Oh, it really is just... Due to the occult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. Using these, all one has to do is ask questions of the called upon spirit, and it'll move the coin and answer. It is believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and molded by Japanese occult enthusiasts. Can you voice them like a mafia boss and they're good? I can try. Though it is considered a form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its usage can cause self-hypnosis or auto-suggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Many schools banned these spirit boards after there were several cases of students sneaking into schools at night, in addition to stories of people having seizures when using the boards. Oh my god! Fucking insane. I need to stretch my back. They're trying to kill me. Hold on. Whew. Bro, stretching is so good. I think more people need to try it. Give me 1 second. Whew. Sorry, I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye moving and I got scared. I got scared in real life. I got so scared. There's a curse in my room. Watch out, everyone. Ah, my nose. Because, like, what was the thing associated with the... It was the Evergreen Beach was the one associated with the Yasuda Gardens. I don't even know what the fuck the curse here would be. I wonder if both of them end up getting a curse. That'd be interesting. Because we also see them at some park, but I don't know where. Like, which one? Was it the Foot Washing Mansion? No, the Foot Washing Mansion was the one that we had to turn the volume down. Ugh, I don't remember. What was I doing? Oh, I have no clue how to voice them like a mob boss in their goon. I don't think I can do that voice. Not right now with like how sniffly I am. Now that I'm thinking about it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back if you can. If it comes up again, we'll come back to it. I promise. Oh my god. I hope so. Yeah, we'll come. I promise. I promise we'll come back to it. Just not tonight. Tatsumi lower an area like Monokuma, basically. I could do that. That is true. Oh, didn't you? I think you also asked me last week to voice fucking Richter as Monokuma, right? I completely forgot. That's fine. I can try doing Aereo as it if you want. I can try. Let me see if I can go that high. Because I have been like coughing and sniffling. Let's see. Performance of the century. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'll probably just end up keeping Tatsumi's voice the same because I think that's as low as I can go with it. But I can definitely go higher. Let's see. Wow! Yeah, that nailed it. All right, we'll go with it. It's so fucking ridiculous. Okay. Listen up, Aereo. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I'm fucking crying, man. I haven't said a single word. Why are you crying? Wow. Yeah. What do you do when you hear wow or poo-hoo-hoo? What are you gonna do? You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't really care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this. I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this was a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye, aye, boss. So now that we've finished investigating this scene, let's review what we know. Jesus fucking Christ. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on! We've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we could soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into the occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way! No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Oh my god, you know what this sounds like? You know that one Breaking Bad if it was dubbed like an anime pose? I actually don't know what pose you're talking about, but that sounds really funny. Fine, let's get this over with. Aye, aye, boss. Look at the surroundings. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. Yeah, feel free to throw it in the Discord. I'll look at it later. I'll look at it later. This is where the victim was found. Well, it's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Yeah, general is fine. Jun Aereo, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the forces could use more like the force could use more people like him. Wow! Wow! Look at the pond. This pond, they say it used to flow into the Samita River. the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Wow! Alright, what do you got for me? About the case. Okay, here we go. So early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. The Somita office sent it over to us since it would involve the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. A body has been discovered. Oh God, about the case. But, boss. Yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but... It's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Stop. You're a little too good at this. Boss, you know something, don't you? It's all become clear in time. It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe. Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Your Tatsumi has a little Obama in it. Let me be clear. Oh my God. Alright, about the case. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. That's true. That's true. You're onto something. About the victim. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Communal Safety Bureau. 27 years old. Single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes. We were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but... It's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. The only problem was that he took on so much, he had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we needed an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Let's go! Hajime Yoshimi, male, community safety officer, no curse echo. Hajime was a police officer with the Sumida City Communal Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile and education cases. He held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Junario. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experience to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart. Looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée whom he had been dating since high school. Fuck, Jesus. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one weirder than you? Just the fact that he's just like, me? Are you sure? Ario being part of it is to be like, a body has been discovered. It's true. They're buddies. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him. Helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes you want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing they'll die. Sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me the most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ario! No! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be the sight to see. I can't wait! You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Yeah, he'll be the black kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you. Wow! Alright, about the victim. What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City. But Hajime's parents died a long time ago. Adachi, like from Yakuza Like a Dragon. Have you ever played the Like a Dragon games? Have you heard of them? You know, like Ichiban? You know Ichiban? He lived there all alone. No siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He's never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He's been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school. Over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah. Said his Said his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss! I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamezawa last week. Yeah, I did hear about that. Jesus. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been in trouble for a long time. For some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what.
Must have been trouble at home.
That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead.
Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then.
He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened to her that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation.
I see, and you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered.
Right. Let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too.
I'm just imagining somebody jumping into the stream and being like, why is Monokuma in here? Tatsumi's glasses down spread is so funny. I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention to it. And what was the other case he was working?
This one is also related to Komagata High student.
I'm asking that question right now and I live here? Alright, well, that's fair.
A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who gets up to no good.
Juvenile delinquency. Fun.
She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault, and battery, you name it.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died.
Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him.
Right. Just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her get through this.
Oh, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. We'll have to make sure the Subida's Community Safety Bureau does their job. But... we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with the Zelenko girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too.
Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Kumita to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her.
That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing.
Ah, yeah. I'm sure they prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss.
Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least.
Oh, I thought I was.
You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed.
It's probably just me, actually.
Oh, well. Don't think you can get away with that with other people.
So, anyways, boss.
Were you even listening?
We've got quite a lot to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that it's for tomorrow.
Files!
Notes on Hajime Yoshimi. Case notes regarding the death of Hajime Yoshimi, officer with the Sumida Police. Summary. Body found at former Yasuda Gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior at approximately 11 a.m. Cause of death acute heart failure. Cause unknown. Signs of a struggle around the scene. Efforts to locate witness underway. Body discovered by a groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiancé of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School that the deceased had contact with as persons of interest. That's fair. Wait, what the fuck? Is there a gameplay guide thing? Maybe I'll see that? The fuck was... Oh, it was the notes. That's a gameplay guide? Why? Oh, it's... Okay, it's very important. That's probably why. Okay. Cause of death, well, we read about it. Whoa! As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved.
Dying in the middle of the park like that? It certainly seems suspicious.
We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints.
If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out.
Yes! Wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pocket.
So we could rule out mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who think to try mugging a cop as big as him.
I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly.
Sounds like the perp would have been pretty strong to take on Hajime.
Yeah, the dude's huge. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. A body has been discovered!
11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at the time, in the first place?
That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss?
Someone called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with them, could they have called him here?
Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been...
Oh, Jesus, wrong voice. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So, Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret.
And then, they got into a fight?
No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something.
Then you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him.
Well, there is the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him.
Right.
Alright, let's learn more about Tsutsumi!
But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the first division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place.
Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but...
Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe that you got transferred out of the first just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true.
Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it?
What is it?
If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect.
Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that.
It's getting late. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Are you sleepy? Are you feeling sleepy? Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon.
Yeah, I get it.
I've been wowed by your Wow! I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today.
Oh, really? Funny. I've been wowed by you too.
What else? On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss?
The hell is wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden?
It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single?
Shut it. That's none of your business.
Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though.
How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago.
Huh? So then...
God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up on a guy like you. Jesus Christ.
I was never home much. Too focused on work. I'd come home late, only get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all.
How sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first?
It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Aereo.
You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand, not unless they're involved with police work themselves, or relate to someone, yeah. But wait, you have a daughter, boss?
You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense.
Come on, I promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she?
Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college.
Wow, a college student? Men love an educated lady.
Stop that. What kind of cop are you, making baseless assumptions like that?
She's living on her own, though, huh? You must worry about her.
Worry? I don't even know where she lives.
Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere.
I would not. I don't think.
Come on now. We both know that's not true.
Listen here.
You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side.
What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this.
Her name, Yoko.
Jeez.
Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been around the Najima murder.
You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding.
You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied the case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested.
All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy?
It did. We were all terrified.
Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one thing, we may never have caught him at all.
I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him at the end.
That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but... we may have stuck Fumichika Najima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it.
I'm sorry.
Not the occult.
So, all this occult stuff. Have you heard about it, boss?
What are you talking about?
This Rite of Resurrection thing that everyone's talking about.
No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere.
Oh, you have? That's surprising.
Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job.
But don't you think that occult stuff with it? But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo, in Sumida City. So I thought that maybe...
Cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite of whatever, or that record of fates.
Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult?
Stop that. Seriously. This isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but... bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it?
Well, boss, I think that about does it.
Right. Let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Jesus! Oh, God, what is that?
Huh? Boss? What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile.
Damn it. It was that case all along.
Boss? What is it? Is there something over there?
Ah! Such deep sorrow. A resentful... Oh, jeez! Oh, there's so many words! Oh, God! Oh, kill them! Kill them! Those who spread lies. Kill them all!
Jesus. You've acquired the power of the Cursed Stone, the Evergreen Beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Yeah. Okay, let's read it. Wow, that's crazy. That's such an interesting one. Okay. A resentful memory. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts swings from a rope. They'd thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the ukiyo-e boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it. As the mansion's owner was not home, another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. Wow, Jesus. Sorry, hold on, I gotta fix my mic. Okay, there we go.
A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Oh, God.
Can you hear it, Cursebearer? You who so strongly desire the right, kill them. Boss! Boss! Boss? What's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile.
Sorry. I'm fine. Ario.
Yes?
I have some bad news.
Oh no. Your senility is kicking in, isn't it?
No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Jesus.
Wow. The Hunt for the Curse Bearers Part 1. Tatsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Tatsumi denies the existence of the Rite of Resurrection until the cursed echo of the Evergreen Beach appears before him. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, right? It's all fun and games until some fucking creepy shit starts to happen to you. Makes you truly think about whether or not you know what you're doing. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, let's go. 12 a.m. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The Rite of Resurrection really exists. And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Hanjo? And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake.
You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth.
I'm never silly.
The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that.
It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close.
Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong?
Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen.
You don't have to keep saying it. I'm listening.
We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk.
Hey! Wait for me, boss! Wait!
Oh my god, this music, okay. Damn! Okay! Goku Bridge.
Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your yeah.
It's the truth. Not like I can prove it, though. I'll think. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. Oh my god, is there a secret department for the occult? Are you serious right now? I already read this! He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. My god, this fucking... Oh my god, this song. I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret. No sharing it with anyone.
Wow, right. You can trust me not to. But no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. I can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock, but I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there.
No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff.
You serious?
But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them.
You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me.
Come on, boss. Do you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing.
Yeah, whatever. That's a fucking insane line. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural department doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still, not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Oh my god, here we go. Here we go. Let's read about the Paranormal Affairs Bureau.
Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, Special Security Unit Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of a paranormal phenomena is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. Currently, there are only 5 members, including the chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who assist with their cases, including Mio Kurosuzu. The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicious stories that cross their desk, though the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes. Due to the sheer volume of cases, close-lipped experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tetsuo Tsutsumi, are sometimes assigned to investigate. The current chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuriru Nakagoshi, who was born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, and has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kuriru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuriru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in the office is usually occupied by a Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Nue resembles an ordinary white's thrush and acts as Kuriru's messenger, leading to a bizarre scene of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi's case serves as a code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I thought we had one on Junario. Okay. Ah, my nose. The fresh-faced police detective that Shogo Okie met at Midoricho Park. Jun is a young detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, first investigative division with the rank of sergeant. I thought we read this. Oh, no, there's more. Okay. Jun encountered a curse echo while investigating the mysterious death of his colleague, Hajime Yoshimi, in the former Yasuda Gardens. Oh, didn't we read this? No, I don't think so. Okay. Supernatural is real. He accepted this fact without a moment's hesitation and vowed to help his partner to solve the case. Born to a relatively well-off household, Jun developed a healthy sense of self-esteem and an optimistic outlook on life. Although watching action movies and detective series as a child instilled in him a desire to help those in need. It was the sight of Tetsuo Tsutsumi, who was in charge of investigating a case Jun was involved in as a student, that truly inspired him to become a police officer. While Jun still maintains a strong respect for Tetsuo, he also gets much more enjoyment out of making casual cracks to get a rise out of the veteran officer. As an adult, Jun continues to hold on to the faint hope that the world is as he pictured it in his youth, a thrilling place in which superhuman heroes do battle against secret evil organizations. He attended the police academy with Richter Kai, who is now a private investigator. The two initially became friendly when Jun found Richter holed up alone in the reference room, scouring over old crime data, and invited him to go bowling, a popular pastime during this era. Wow. So Richter and Jun know each other. That's interesting. Alright, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Okay. The gruff police detective that Shogoro Kie met at Midoricho Park. Tetsuo was a veteran detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Division, Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. He was possessed by the Evergreen Beach Curse Echo while investigating the former Yasuda Gardens, previously a member of the Secret Paranormal Affairs Bureau within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division. He makes use of this experience to investigate the ongoing large-scale curse incident with his partner Jun Ario. Rather than sitting behind a desk, Chief Inspector Tsutsumi always worked in the field as he moved his way up the police force. Behind his stern face lies a compassionate man ever prepared to help his fellow officers. That same attentiveness to his work and colleagues, however, cost Tetsuo his marriage several years ago. Tetsuo has a penchant for candy and desserts that's awesome, which he tries but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. He delights in buying local sweets whenever he is sent to investigate a case, and would often volunteer to be dispatched to distant locations to acquire them while he was with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. He is also surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigation-related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Oh my god. There's so much going on right now. Oh, we've already done that.
So, do you know, have it?
Have what?
Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted?
Nope. I've never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count.
Oh. Huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like,
They have to be That's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing Yoko said. That's crazy.
is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like, how much liquor they can handle?
Nope, that's just me. Thought it'd help get the point across.
Oh. Huh.
Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you.
No, it's not your fault, boss.
At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop later on.
What? So there's no hope for me? No. Say it isn't so.
Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training.
Yikes. That sounds like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standards Act.
Wow, you really know the law. No comment.
Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? So, what do we do now? We've got this Rite of Resurrection and the Curse of Echoes of the Seven Mysteries, of Hanjo.
The curses being spread out around the city is, a bit of an emergency.
It's that bad?
I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town.
Jeez, that's real bad.
It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually, that'd be a job for Paranormal Affairs Department, for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up until tomorrow night. So, they told me to deal with it myself. Said it'd be fine since I have some experience.
Huh? What? And that overtime you mentioned means...
Yup. You're gonna help me, partner.
Alright, let's do this!
You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about.
You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss.
You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around.
Why, thank you. So, what exactly do we do?
If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others should all be here in town.
Right. If there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there.
And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the cursed stones.
But, boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer?
Pretty much.
We can't let that happen.
What is he doing with his face?
Should you even be out here right now?
Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mysteries of the one-sided reed is associated with Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave.
That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are.
But it's possible that other curse bearers with the same ideal will come here. Talk to anyone who seems suspicious.
Urk, that means someone who may have a power of a curse. Understood. In that case, why don't I ask the guy who's been watching us this whole time?
What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck.
Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police.
Ah, it's him.
Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Yutaro Namigaki? That's your name, correct?
Yes, I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective. Did something happen? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying.
I'll think. So what to make of this guy?
Great.
The man identifies himself as Yutaro Namigaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. Drink my water.
Yeah, it's the one it's the voice that kills you.
So, what is it you were doing here?
Ah, it must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, yeah. The dead policeman? I can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise.
Huh?
Say, Mr. Detective, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? Answer my question. I'm gonna go in and turn my volume down. I feel like we're gonna get screwed somehow.
How about you answer my question first? What were you doing here?
I was answering your question. I came here looking for the Evergreen Beach from the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it.
I don't know. Nope. Sorry.
Really? How strange. Detectives, you have the cursed stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you?
Ario, shut the fuck up!
You! How did you know?
Ario, you idiot.
Well, that was much easier than expected.
Oh, crap, sorry.
It was simple inference.
I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens.
That face he does is fucking insane. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself.
I have no intention of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my cursed stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion.
That's right. But are you sure about this?
I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we?
Okay, so he's lying.
Boss?
Sure. We'd rather resolve this amicably too.
That's interesting, so we've become a lie detector, basically. That's crazy. I think.
He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking with us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. Any slip of the tongue would get us killed. I have to try and discern what activates his curse. So what do I do? Before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my cursed stone. The Evergreen Beach. Just like you thought.
What? What? Boss, why would you tell him?
As for how the curse works.
Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that...
It hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So, if you try to lie to me, the cursed stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand?
Whoa! Really? That's super useful! I see. Understood. That's a pretty useful power for a detective.
Now then, let's talk.
Damn. Seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks. I'll be honest with you.
So far, so good.
Well, we know he's lying, but I'm not gonna kill him for no reason. We need to learn.
Yeah, he's just lying. He's being an asshole. Okay.
There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs.
Can't help you.
Please? All you have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are.
Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go.
Please? If you help me, I'll let you two go as well.
Is that a threat? Is he gonna say it's a promise?
No.
Basically.
It's your final warning. My curse. The Foot Washing Mansion. Did you really think that you could escape it just by being careful? It didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul dregs anyway. Wait! Namigaki! The Foot Washing Mansion is a powerful curse, and so simple to activate. It is ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet.
Ario, get out of here, hurry, I'll find you later.
What? Okay. Whoa! Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo.
The voice of his curse echo? Gotcha, bozo.
What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Impossible. This has never happened.
What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ario, now, grab him.
Right. Namagaki, get down. Ugh, damn it. Boss, here, his curse stone.
Good work. Give it to me. Yeah, the foot washing mansion, baby. Let's go.
I love this egotistical little freak. Damn it. Why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault. You can't consider that assault of a police officer.
Let him go. All we need is the stone.
How could this happen? My right of resurrection.
Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here.
Damn it. Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from...
Boss, are you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt?
Yeah, the curse from this one is flowing into me too.
Oh no.
I saw what activates the curse of the foot washing mansion, and the resentful memories bound to it. Ah, I see. I always thought this was one of the stranger of the 7 mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something.
What did you see? Let's save...
Jesus Christ, let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly.
Phew!
Okay, yeah, we can read it. Fuck it.
Yeah, killed by crushing one who hears the command wash. A resentful memory. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed, as long as I have this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy, someone please quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible, and so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil.
I need more water.
Okay. Whoa! What? I can't do it. Hold on. Whoa! There we go. Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now?
We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out.
You mean we have to do all that over again?
I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill.
Really? Then what about you, boss?
I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in Paranormal Affairs.
So you are spiritually gifted after all. All right, let's head to the next place. That's TV. That's the TV. That's TV.
It's almost been 3 hours. We might stop there. I am considering maybe doing this again tomorrow. We'll see. But who knows? I am gonna call it there though. because I am really enjoying this game. Whew. I need to save my game. How do I do that? How do I save my game? There we go. Save. Okay. That's my game saved. Wonderful. Go to scene. But yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. If I do end up going live tomorrow, it'll be at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, for more Paranormasight. That is what we will play. If you weren't able to see all of it, the VOD will be up tomorrow in the afternoon at some point at youtube.com/@whereareyou. But if I don't end up going live tomorrow, I'll have a new schedule out in the Discord on Monday. Probably Monday. Because I usually say Sunday or Monday. It's almost always Monday. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I may or may not see you tomorrow. And if not, I will see you next week.